Hello guys and welcome to the final episode of our Russian campaign. Our final goal is to get the military hegemon, which means 1 million army. We have already almost 900 of force limit. This is just a matter of conquering a couple of more lands and getting the buildings over there, and at the same time getting the streltsy. You can see that this streltsy button is going to give me 180,000 troops. So that's not a problem to build up this army. At the same time, I'm trying to build up an economy that is able to pay for this army, and it's also going good. And finally, when we do all those things, last step is going to declare war on Oirat to fix the borders over here and go and cause the Minkplosion. My first war today is going to be in Afghanistan, that is still fighting with QQ and Timurids, but it's fine, just declare the war. I could ask Mamluks to help us, but I'm not gonna do that. Unfortunately, both Fars and Hormuz would join it. Let's go and attack them anyway. There's no time to waste on things like this. And I'm gonna start sieging them down, anything that I can actually siege down. The next steps is going to get claims actually on Kuch to get additional merchants from this trade node. Why this guy is building on spy network on VJ, but I prefer to build it on Bahmais actually to get a claim on them. From the lands that I took from Afghanistan, of course I concentrated the development, but here for the conquest in India, at least for the provinces that are not trade centers, which I'll be adding to the trade companies, I'm gonna release a vassal. And this vassal is going to be Kashmladak. There it goes, it's released in those two provinces, and I'm gonna feed them with all of those that are not trade centers. This is going to be a bunch of provinces, so have to start improving relations with them, but that's for later. This decreases our extension to 72%, so we have also some admin points, because yes, in next year I would like to take the 14th admin tech in order to unlock the new idea group. Also thanks to the alliance with VG that I just took, they're not gonna help Kuch when I attack them right now, so it's also free set for us, and VJ will be helping us stopping any coalition from happening, but it's pretty much about just declaring war on the Ottomans once the truce ends in 5 years. And this also is good news because I can get additional Gov capacity, but that's the question, don't we want just the minimum of following the territories for the additional force team, but we don't have that many territories, right? Let's just go for the Gov capacity so just can make more of the states and afford it. At the same time, I'm gonna build, yes, state this. I'm not gonna fully state it yet because we need admin points for the tech, and once I get the crown lands, sell the titles 3.4 thousand, I'm gonna build a bunch of additional force limit buildings. It's time to develop. 1% crown land, of course, it could be problematic, but it's not. But I'm anyway gonna, first of all, as mentioned, build all of those force limit, yes, almost all of them, and then develop the provinces with only mill points. And this is because we are gonna, yes, I have the state edict, because we are gonna get the trade ideas. So I need the diplo points to be saved for it. And let's go and just find the best provinces to develop, like Kiev as well, with only mill points investment. And as we are very ahead in the mill technology, I can even spend all of my mill points on that. There's gonna be a nice boost to our force limit, which is right now 931. So with those buildings and a little bit more of deving, I'll hit at 1 million of force limit, so it will be just only about getting the enough amount of the troops, right? We are 130 here, so just go and find more provinces like Kashin. Of course, it's not a steps, it's not going to be that much of manpower, but at this point we don't care about manpower. We got our gold, the manpower already, so right now it's only about the force limit. And that's it, we spent all of the points. Now our force limit is 934, we're waiting for the regimental camps. And I think I should be having a gold mine somewhere. Yes, this is a gold mine. See that it's not finished yet, so I also stated for sure. See, now it's 989, so it's time to get new streltsy. So we're having 490,000 troops, and we're still saving a pretty nice balance with them. Just for these guys, let's make them all 30 stacks, which will be I should get them across the country so they'll be able to, you know, fight with any potential rebels that will appear anywhere. That's going to be super useful. So just right now, yeah, we pretty much have to double our amount of the troops, which will be happening slowly as I'll be having this again, and so once I get this again, with another around 200k troops, I'll also build up manually more of them. Here we go with the 14th admin deck. Technically, I don't really need to take it for our current goal, but I want to. So let's just take this deck and unlock our trade ideas that I promised to take. And our manageriation for this is fine, and I can even improve this guy to level 4 as he is already 50% cheaper. I will take my claim in this peace deal, plus 1 province here, so I'll be having reconquest Casus Belli for Palitana, because I'm gonna release them over here. Or maybe I should not. See, that's a tough decision. You know what, let's just fully annex them and add all those provinces to the trade company. Yes. Start scoring, I have just not do this. That would cost me a little bit of the points, but if I do this one beautiful thing, 10 development less, it's gonna to be way less of the cost. Yes, thank you. If like save like 50 points. Right here, I'm gonna take those provinces from my vassal and also those 2 provinces, so I can release another vassal, which is going to be Punjab. The question is, do I really want to release the Punjab? Like long term, that's a no-brainer to release them. But my goal, when I just want more merchants, especially from this node later, not so much. Let's do this. Let's take that and the money. Yes. Of course, I'm just gonna concentrate all of the development. And I'm gonna feed my vassal Ladakh with a bunch of provinces. So Zlewikk, those 2 I'll keep for myself, so I have range for those provinces that has the diplo points. You know, this is the white gameplay without religious ideas, unfortunately, but we had different goals, of course, for this campaign, but it's all good. We can afford it, we can play with it. And we can see we are getting the development better and better, getting to 3000, getting our income better and better, and of course the amount of the troops, and we have already 1 million of the force limit. And thanks to this conquest, now we have another merchant, which is from the West India Company. So I just regained also the one from here, so let's send him to transfer the trade from Lahore. And we have 2 options, we either collect in Gujarat or we transfer from Crimea, and I'm gonna try both of the things. First of all, let's try collecting in Gujarat. We have 76 of trading, and before doing so, after doing so, it's 83. And another thing, let's try transferring from Crimea, and I think it's not going to be as worth it. So instead of 83, it's going to be 81. Yes, that's what I thought. Let's go and collect in Gujarat then. I would like to get Gujarat, of course, to everything from here to get it to Novgorod. But as long as I don't have Hormuz, Persia, Basra, it's not doable, but still it's a very nice income that we are having here. You know what, it's time to invest. I just took 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 loans, so 13,000 ducats, and we're gonna invest them to build multiple manufactories in my homeland to boost the economy. We should be getting into like 260 thanks to it, and I will repay the loans quickly, especially that the sell the titles is coming soon. Just look at this beauty. All of those are the manufacturers except a few workshops. Stonks is coming. Our truce with Ottomans is ending, and I'm just gonna embrace the truly Russian experience over here, because I'm just creating 3 stacks that are 77 to 90k, all those 3. And I'm just gonna, yes, overstack a lot. And it's because I don't care. I can do this. With my manpower, with my force limit, with the numbers difference. This is just going to be an easy peasy war. And as the first battle of this war, you can see that Ottomans have 3.3 morale. I have very low, like 4.4 in this year is very low. And they have even worse. So I'm just completely crushing them in this battle. And they even lost more troops, so I'm just about to siege them a couple more of the forts and then peace out. There's a comet on our sky, but that's a good comment because it's giving us admin points. That was a quite easy rule. How much did it take? Less than 3 years, which is not bad. Let's go and peace out. I'm taking all of my claims, which is here, plus fixing the borders on this side. This is beautiful. We are fixing the borders. And I'm gonna do the same thing as always. Wherever I can, I'm gonna concentrate the development. And you can see that pretty much thanks to this manufacturers, we increased our income to over 308, which will allow us to actually maintain our 1 million standing army. Called to the war against Bahmanis and Delhi by VJ. This is kinda bad news because I plan to attack them. Let's just use it and attack Malwa at the same time. So let's go take care of this. I'll send this guys this province, and this 40k can be also of use. Just make sure to use a general, and you are going to use a general. So in this case we will maximize all of the wars. I just want to wipe peace out of the Bahmanis war ASAP. And I could do it so quickly that I would even lose 25 prestige for piecing out too early of the war, because the war just started. There it goes, just piece them out. I can't even take any money. Let's find it shorter truce for both Bahmanis and Delhi, which I'll use. At the same time, let me just go and take care of the rest of Malwa. I'm not sure if I want to take from this war, of course, at least my claim. But you know, anything else that I take is going to cost me plenty of diplo points, so we need to really think. So maybe I'm just gonna go with those few provinces that will give me Mewar vassal to release. I decided that I'm not gonna go and play much more after this session away, so just concentrate on the development here, and I'm gonna core it and add those true trade centers to my beautiful trade company. While, how is the development of Moscow right now? It is right now at the level of 180. This is beautiful. So now, what I can do, you see, first of all, I'll actually do this, and then do this. So right now, we have 865,000 troops, and it's still quite easy for us to maintain. Let me just turn off those armies, and I will start building more troops to hit 1 million, so we'll be ready to go and mink-plode our beautiful Chinese empire. Just take a look at this. We have 986,000 troops. Let's just go here and add it up to 40k, and this 1, 2, 3, 4, and we are going to have 1 million of troops. I will actually build it also up to 40k, because you might just get some 1k stack wiped, but with our amount of the troops, I might just end up carpet sitting with 30k stacks. So as we have 8 stacks with 10k cannons, I just marked each one of them, so it is number 1, number 2, number 3. So if you don't know how to mark your troop, so just go on a stack, you click Ctrl and the number on your keyboard, and then when you click the same number, you're just going to be redirected to a center cannon stack. So what I'm going to do, as it is 80k, I'm going to create 3 stacks with 20k cannons. Yeah, I know that the combat with is 30, but I don't care. It's only a war with Ming that is having just 140k troops. And so it will be 4 stacks with 20k of artillery and 90k of infantry. It's completely not efficient, but with our amount of the troops of manpower, we don't have to be efficient. We just need to have a pleasant war. So that is exactly what I'm going to prepare for it. But first, we are gonna go here and we are gonna claim the hegemony. So just click on this. We are now hegemon. That gives us monthly warfare exhaustion, foreign spy detection, province war score cost. And over time, I'm gonna get national unrest, land attrition, just perfect for Russian strategy, movement speed, and at maximum also siege ability, so very helpful. Honestly, I prefer economic hegemon that gives good progress modifier, autonomy in the territories, and gov capacity, but that wasn't the goal of this run, so I'm just gonna go for the military hegemony. And now you can see that it will just start loading month by month. But anyway, yeah, see what happened to our relations with the allies. That's why I started improving with them, because the alliance will be pretty much broken because we have -100 modifier for being a hegemon. But it's fine, look, There is expansion, but most important thing, we have that amount of the troops, so it won't be a problem to destroy any of the enemies. So as promised, you see that we are having a positive balance with all of the troops turned on, 1 million army, hegemon being loaded, plenty of troops are left to just take care of the rebels in the other provinces, and my stacks are pretty much ready. So once those guys arrive in the provinces, it is 140k, 126k, 120k, 120k, and plenty 30-40k stacks ready to go and carpet siege. So I just want to cause a one big, beautiful Ming-plosion. Let's do this, boys. Let's go. Attack Oirat. And let's make that Imakia is a war goal. They will be having roughly around 200,000 troops, and they will build more because the force limit is way bigger, but it's fine. Are you ready for some fun? This 2 stacks, my goal is go and kill Ming. This stack will go and start sieging now Oirat. This stack will carpet siege Oirat, or no, even go for straight for the capital because those stacks will carpet siege. Yeah, yes guys, you got me. I always wanted to carpet siege 30k stacks. I mean, I'm doing that quite often in multiplayer, so that's nothing new actually for me. This stack accidentally broke the walls, and they have only 800 defenders, meaning that I can just go and rush it. Remember, if you carpet siege, this is going to be faster and you're going to lose less troops, because the more regiment strength you have, the more efficient they are in assaulting the fort. Let's go for another one. Haishi can be already pissed out. I'm just gonna take all their money and break relations with both Oirat and Yeren. First part is done. Next part is to piece out Karadel, on which I'm already sending my carpet siege. And you can still see that I'm making money even with this amount of the troops. You know what, they have such a small armies that I'm just gonna split each 120k stack and send each to 2 over the forts, because each of them will be having 10,000 artillery and enough infantry to protect from any attacks on it. I'll just do exactly what I'm saying, and actually this stack might go and try wiping this 20k, while this army is going to have some fun on the steppes. Let me see how an actual battle with Ming will go and up for us. I will try even reinforcing this 30k just in case if this 84 won't be enough, but I think it's going to be enough. In the meantime, I'm getting more and more forts into our hands, and I think at this point Karadel actually should be also accepting a peace deal. Just remember to yoink some of their death. Transfer trade power, I don't care about this. Peace out. We can go farther, we can go farther. See, everything is going as planned. And here, 26th. And another fort went down. It's going just super quickly. You can see that Ming is already finally getting some more exhaustion. And this is still increasing, but we'll be getting there. Let's just go and see how this actual battle will end up for us. 25th, 26th. 110, 105, 5.8, 5.9, and the Vasa is here, so they're seeing a shock damage received. That's funny, because the whole army is using not only this horde that is fighting on the woods, but also the ally. So just go and see how this works for us. Yeah, I think that's actually like a really easy peasy battle for us, without any stack wipe, unfortunately. Oh, China, China, I love China. Yes, more forts was good. See, I took down so many forts just during this battle, and we're gonna kill the Ming completely, just as promised. So what I'm doing in China is sieging out the major forts and then carpeting all the lands around them, like in this case. So this way we are increasing the war exhaustion like very slowly. And yes, they finally started losing their mandate. With pretty much whole Ming occupied, see, the only couple of provinces left, they're only having, how much? 86,000 troops. So right now I'm just running around trying to go and kill as many armies as possible at the same time. Let's go catch there and see. Here there'll be one of the biggest army running around. So yes, this 20k, And that should be another wipe. Looks like they will hit another 16k on a ship. So once I go and wipe them here, 5th December, oh, I don't think I'll be there on time. I'll be there on 19th December. Unfortunately, no. So just stand here. So right now we just keep increasing devastation in the country. See, minus 0.44 monthly already. And the war exhaustion. We can welcome the first rebels, but those are particularist, meaning that we don't really care about them. And in fact, I should even think about killing them, because they might go and fight the separatists when they go out. So actually that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go and send stacks to deal with these rebels. Actually, while I'm waiting for Mink to Minkplode, I'm gonna go and attack Yeren at the same time. Honestly, I feel like Mink keeps decreasing the war exhaustion. Look, it's 4.69, right? If you wait a month tick, you see how quickly this monthly increasing 4.7, and with a month tick, it's 5.2. There's no way they would be having only 5 of war exhaustion without decreasing it constantly. And at this point, Mink is now left with 1000 of artillery. I don't have no idea where it is. But anyway, we are getting more devastation, less mandate, and more war exhaustion. So once this war exhaustion will be 20, no, I will not take even money. I don't need money. Because if I take money, they will get revanches and they will lose the war exhaustion. So if I just white piece them, they're gonna keep all of it and just Minkplode. But at the same time, I'm waiting for some of the rebels to load. Unfortunately, those particles that they got stopped out of rebels from happening. But I'm waiting for the rest of them. We can piece out Yeren right now, taking all of my clays, plus this one province for the... What is this? Nice! I love this mod even more. This is called for peace, but it's plebs demand pizza. Called for pizza. And if you even change the image over this mod is so beautiful. Let me just go into this. Peace out, Yeren. Yes. This is such a way nicer borders. There comes the rebels. We have Jiangsu separatists here. We have Yi separatists here. So actually around this Yi separatists, if we go... Actually I can just go and turn off all of the force that I have in China. And this is because, as mentioned, Mink is only having 1k troops. And that's it. And at the same time, whenever the rebels come up out, they will be able to siege down those forces. Let me just go with my troops out of those forces. That also saves us some money. Yeah, about the money, I can finish trade areas now. This unlocks me plenty of good ideas. Trade efficiency, production efficiency, goods produce modifier, trade efficiency, movement speed. So I can just cancel artillery combat ability here. Let's see actually how is it going to change our income. 117 of trade income, and after monthly it's 149. So our total income is right now almost 400. And also this way, yes, they keep getting more and more of the force and provinces. This way also the mandate is going to be at 0 in the next month, and it is not going anywhere anytime soon with this devastation. Okay, it's time to peace out. They have plenty of rebels sieging down their lands. We're having a pretty strong call for pizza, so I'm just gonna do this. They have 19.3 war exhaustion. So let me just go and white piece Mink. Sick. Now if you go to any of the provinces that we see, you see that is still 19.37 war exhaustion. The peace deal should be some provinces like this. So the borders will be just as they should be. So something like this, maybe even this province, and of course the money. Look at these borders. Aren't they beautiful? I just filled actually another mission, which is just something to consolidate the steps. Doesn't really matter. And another one, which is called Collect Yasak. Doesn't really matter either. And anyway, right now let's just go and consolidate those provinces. So bring even more developments to our capital. And then purely core it. There's not that much to actually take I want to wait to see the Ming-plosion, and that's how we are going to end this campaign, with a beautiful, magnificent Ming-plosion. I could go conquer the Ottomans, I could go conquer Commonwealth, because my truce event ended. I could go and conquer India, but you're not going for the one conquest here. I'm going to end this campaign around here. Can't believe it! Are they bankrupt? Let's go to score comparison. I made them bankrupt. I made them bankrupt. They have 25 hundreds in the whole country, and they are bankrupt. I don't know, I think this is a pretty important part of the series, right? Also income. 420. That's it. Oh, this is getting better and better. Bengal! Attacked Ming! Full Ming with all of the provinces. This is good news and bad news. Good news that they're going to keep destroying them. Bad news is because they're going to start occupying the lands that are in the hands of the rebels, which I don't really like. I almost forgot to show you this devastation map moved of Ming and prosperity map of Russia, of course, at the same time. While I'm doing pretty much nothing, just building the trade company investments, my income is already 500, and as you can see that Bengal pretty much destroyed all of our hopes for the quick Ming-plosion. They just killed all of the rebels. But in my opinion, with this devastation, with this amount of the troops of Ming, they have like just, I think, 26,000. And this situation, the Ming-plosion is inevitable, just will take more time than we thought. And I'm not gonna waste my time to wait for it. So guys, 5,000 income, over 1 million army. With 1 million army we have 200 balance. So if I wanted to, this is like an easy peasy world conquest. I would just have to focus on a little bit different idea groups right now, like humanist, probably also admin, diplo, and that's an easy peasy one. But no, I'm not gonna do this. I think this campaign was enjoyable enough at this moment with our special goals. But don't worry, I'm ending this campaign and I'll be starting the new one soon. So don't worry that this is ending, guys. And if you enjoyed this whole Russian campaign, remember to subscribe to the channel to be notified about the future campaigns. For today, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.